but I've been very critical of her because she stole jokes, she stole a book.
Oh, wow.
I mean, like, it's
Forgot
like,
about that.
this girl is not mentally stable, if you ask me. And that don't stop you from getting famous on the internet.
Yeah.
But
Corey Holcomb drops bombs on B. Simone. This was a special one. Shout out to The Real MTR, Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews. He was the guest on this show. Of course, Darlene was there. He's going in on something that has been a reoccurring theme on the internet in the past few years about B. Simone and these content creators that come to the realization that sometimes the well is run dry. When things are good, they're good. We've all experienced hardships, but I think it's interesting to see B. Simone go through this and how she's actually taking it. She's complaining about not being able to shop at Bloomingdale's and having to go to H&M. The struggle, the horror.
so when you brought up this topic, I was so glad. I was like, it ain't just me. It's not just me. And like, you could bring it up, like what you saw. Do we have the video that he was gonna show?
Oh, B. Simone
I didn't even
video.
ask about that. Do they got the video?
I got the video.
I have my dream career. I manifested it. I'm trying to manifest a husband. Ain't nothing wrong with a nigga with a 9 to 5. I get it. They work hard. I used to have a 9 to 5. Nothing is wrong. Nothing is wrong. Nothing is wrong. You work hard. You have money. I get it. I need an entrepreneur. I need somebody that understands my mindset. Somebody that has the same lifestyle. It has nothing to do with money, everything to do with lifestyle. Okay? When I'm in the bed at 3 a.m. checking emails, what you doing, babe? Working. What you doing? Working. Okay, love you. You want to hop on a flight tomorrow? I have a meeting in out of town. You want to go? You got that? Let's go. Okay, you understand my life. You understand what I'm going through. I want to manifest that. What do you want in a man? What do you want? Let's start there. What do you want? Let's manifest it, baby. You can have it. Whatever you want, you can have it. Manifest that shit. Ain't nothing wrong with a nigga with a 9 to 5. Ain't nothing wrong with an entrepreneur ass nigga. Manifest whatever you want. I want to manifest an entrepreneur ass husband. I don't care what you do. Entrepreneur, graphic designer, sell t-shirts, sell drugs, rapper. You could be a rapper. A becoming rapper, D-list. I don't give a fuck. Entrepreneur, okay? At this point, I'm about to rebuy my book. I'm about to rebuy my book so I can manifest my husband.
Just my finances. Like, the budgeting, you see how I am nitpicking every little thing. I've never been like that. We were in Bloomingdale's yesterday. I'm like, we have to go to H&M.
Yeah.
Like, I notice it in me now, just nitpicking. And it's not even, I just don't have it like to spend the liquid. Yeah. I'm used to having liquid. I'm used to seeing a certain amount in my account.
But you're
Something you noticed about a famous person and her podcast and what she has to say. Oh, that's the alley-oop I'm gonna throw you.
Sure. So are we talking about the B. Simone situation? Because that's been going viral
There he
as
is.
of today.
Well, that's been going crazy viral.
Shout out to the new studio, MTR. Looks good, man. Got your lights all back there and stuff.
And like I said, I tried
Maps.
not to say nothing about it because I don't want nobody to be like, I'm piling on. But I've been very critical of her because she stole jokes, she stole a book.
Oh, wow.
I mean, like, it's
Forgot
like,
about that.
this girl is not mentally stable, if you ask me. And that don't stop you from getting famous on the internet.
Yeah. But
her staying power is kind of like it's really put on display. You get what I'm saying?
yeah, it's it's funny, because I did content on her like back in 2020, and she was talking about that she won't date a 9 to 5 guy and like all of this stuff, and
Right.
just shitting on essentially the average guy. And I find it so interesting that 5 years later, that sounds like she needs a 9 to 5 in order to continue to shopping at Bloomingdale's, right?
Oh.
This is this like odd superiority complex that she has. And to take a shit on H&M shoppers, yet acting like it's like Goodwill or a thrift store or Salvation Army.
H&M isn't high end, but it's not like bargain basement either. Like, I don't understand why she really felt like that. And then how her voice was quavering when she said, H&M. We've got to go to H&M. I can't be in Bloomingdale's. Man, just get your bag up and you'll be back at Bloomingdale's. Like, really? Like, what is this? I don't know. I guess this is that new age transparency that everybody talks about.
It's wild. And, you know, her audience is probably like 43% H&M shoppers to begin with anyway. So not only is she ostracizing her audience, but then also shitting on typical, you know, dudes that would want to consider her in a relationship. Because I've seen her multiple times complaining about being single and like all of these things. So it's just kooky, you know, but it just goes to show like the pure and utter delusion in the clown world that we currently exist in. And I don't know how some of these people are famous. And I don't want to just hop on, you know, continue to hop on her as well. But I do think that it's a good discussion because 9-to-5 dudes and like the importance to our infrastructure, our society. Like if you were to take those dudes away, the whole country would collapse.
That's a
but
fact.
I just find it so interesting that, you know, they require this high value man. Meanwhile, they don't bring a high value mindset, right?
The high value mindset thing you just said is really deep. I mean, this is something that I feel like these women are clueless about. Like they think somebody want them other than the physical. And that's what I think is wrong in society. Like these girls, they really don't get it that if a guy is on his game, where do you fit in his life?
Yeah.
You can only find a fool. Or at least that's my opinion.
No, you're right. Make yourself useful. A lot of these women, like, I think that's why they get stumped on the question, what do you bring to the table? A lot of times they just want to say that question is meant to gaslight you or to stump you. But no, a lot of men are asking, what else do you bring to the table? What material well-being do you bring to my current situation? Like a lot of them, I mean, I'm gonna say a lot of women nowadays don't even want to cook. So that could be an added bonus to a man that is living a busy lifestyle. But the man was cooking something or at least going out every night to get food. So he was not starving before he met you. So you got to be able to bring something that's going to be of value, some intellect, some knowledge, you know, like maybe you can help me with my contracts or you can do some clerical work. Be of value to that man. And that's all men ever meant about what do you bring to the table, because the table's already set. And in most good circumstances, the table's already set. What are you going to add to that table?
You know, what you said, because like I want you to cook. I'm loving letting you cook on here, man. Somebody said you got to get O'Shea Duke Jackson on the show. We gonna get O'Shea Jackson. O'Shea, I love you, boy. God damn it, I feel like O'Shea feel like I scold him a little bit. It ain't like that, brother. I love you, man. We're gonna get you on the show too. He just sent us I don't know how much money that is in Africa. It's probably $5. we love O'Shea Duke Jackson. But back on the thing we're talking about, yeah, there's our society has something wrong when it comes to the men and women collaboration. There's something dividing there. And who has the answers? Who's going to talk about it? I mean, I talk about it.
Yeah. I mean, but it's necessary for us. It's necessary to be able to talk about. I know, you know, there's been a little bit of content of like Kevin Samuels talking about the B. Simone situation.
That's right.
You know, years ago.
Yeah.
And
Shout
to
out
know
to
that
KS.
he was right? They're digging up old content for him talking about where her career was going to go. Something about, you know, a couple of content pieces away from, you know, not having an audience no more, which was, you know, the sign of the times. You know, if you created content during that time of 2020, a lot of content creators were eating because everybody was home. You know, fast forward to now, you know, it may not have the same, but, you know, we got to be able to talk about this delusion, right? Because the more that we talk about it, you know, the better that people can make choices in going into the future. You know, that's why your platform is so necessary, Corey.
Man, I appreciate you saying that. Do we have that video where brother Kevin Samuels brought up this young lady who found a way to get famous and get the momentum going, but
that's so interesting because Kevin had such a grasp of what was to come. You know, like he was in there predicting the future. And so many of the topics that he talked about, from B. Simone, Vivica Fox, K. Michelle, I said Vivica Fox again. Lisa Ray, like he had kind of all these situations pegged. And that's why when people would talk about him, we always brought up the fact that he was just speaking common sense. He was speaking stuff that we already knew that was happening in our lives, and we were seeing it happen on a daily basis. So the fact that he just packaged it up and was able to bring it out to the masses on a major scale, like it just made it more unavoidable. But these were conversations that were already happening. Make no mistake about it. He just highlighted them, kind of like what Corey Holcomb does here every week.
One thing I'm going to tell you about this entertainment business, brother, staying power is not easy. You cannot be a gimmick.
Yep.
There was an episode on The Simpsons where Bart Simpson said something like, "Where did he go? Where did he go?" And everybody was laughing at it. And he started.
It was, I didn't do it. Doom, 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 doom. I didn't do it. Claim to fame, his rise to fame, Bart gets famous. That is a great parallel of what exactly happens to internet comedians and people who blow up overnight and then all of a sudden irrelevance, man.
Everybody was laughing at it. And he started going on tour just saying, "Where did he go?" Then after a while, he was like, "Where did he go?" And people was like,
swearing them down.
Right. It's like,
or they got old.
Yeah.
Right.
It happens. But you got that video? Let me see that video, brother. We're going to try to play this video. You ain't seen this.
All it takes for you to come down to reality, B. Simone, is one wrong post.
Facts.
You are one viral video away, one internet canceling away from being back at Forever 21 selling shit.
Hold on, he said Forever 21. So you was talking about going to H&M. Next stop is Forever 21. Wow, even to shop. No more Bloomingdale's, straight to Forever 21. Which, there's nothing wrong with Forever 21 either. Man, it's crazy. B. Simone, it's tone deafness is what it is.
Says you're an entertainer. Very good one. But it's not like, in times of national emergency, the world, the country turns and says, what's going on Wild 'N Out? What's B. Simone saying? All it takes for you to come down to reality, B. Simone.
Shout out to Theo Coop. I can hear his voice in the back. You made the 5150.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
Man, it's crazy how much he's able to, predict from, even after passing away. But he's absolutely right. I think that, they have this.
MTR was really tight with Kevin Samuels as well, man. Shout out and rest in power to Kevin Samuels for sure.
This illusion of options, you know what I mean? They love to talk about standards, but then when the attention dries up, when the money slows down, and then when that wall gets closer, when that wall cometh, their standards and expectations that they have is necessary that they then turn into just suggestions at that point. But yeah, he killed it. He nailed it.
100%.
It's like in this world, you can go along with it. I mean, who are we to tell her not to go along with it? She found a way to be relevant for a minute.
Right.
But why are you relevant if you do dirtbag shit like, I got a homegirl, her name is Just Niece. She don't want no smoke with none of them, so I ain't trying to say that to bring drama to her name. But, that girl B. Simone used to do her jokes.
Wow.
Now she stole a book. And I've seen the girl talk. I don't think she's mentally well. So I ain't got to dog her out and everything like that. But I'm saying while it was coming in, you know what I'm saying? I know it was fun. Yeah. Time of Your Life, huh, kid? That's from that movie. With I forgot. Well, old boy was the pimp.
Which one was that?
I forgot. Who the dude who played? I'm trying to remember now with my old ass. The dude who played in the Mission Impossible movies. Who is that?
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise.
Risky Business. That's the name of the movie.
Oh, Risky Business.
That's old.
I can't.
It's not often somebody stumps me with a movie reference, but Corey got a bunch of them, man. He remembers these one-liners like nothing. Like, it's crazy. From 40 years ago almost. Wow.
And you know, I'm gonna go out on a limb. I know, Corey, you said you don't want to say too much, right?
No,
right,
be you, brother. Be you.
I'm gonna go out on a limb. I just think she's not a good person. I mean, let's call it a spade, because even outside of this 9 to 5 conversation, if you look at that content, if you look at the podcast and just go back like a minute and a half, right before she starts talking about H&M and all of that, the best friend that she had was talking about the hard times that she suffered over the past year.
Being a best friend with a celebrity, everybody thinks that, because you're connected to this person, then your life is just as grand as theirs, or you got
it, or they helping you.
Baby, didn't have a job, living with my parents, a single mom. All this happened to me this past year.
Jesus.
And then it's like to not have resentment in my heart towards you because I saw you do this for other people. I saw you give a check to somebody to help them through whatever they went through. And it's like, God, nobody didn't give me a handout. But guess what? That wasn't your responsibility. God had to take me through that for my own season, for my own thing. I had to get my car repossessed.
Jesus.
I had to go through the food stamps line. I had to be on Medicaid. Because I'm building my story too. But it's like, as a friend somebody who has it, it's hard to digest. They're probably shocked that I'm even saying this right.
Like, she was a single mom, had to go back into live with her parents.
Darlene just figuring out who he's talking about. That's crazy. This whole segment.
Got her car repoed.
Yeah.
And then a minute and a half later, she's talking about, damn near crying about going into H&M. Right?
Yeah.
So you're seeking out all of this validation with all of these people around you. You giving them money, but how soulless are you that
your closest
you can't
friend
even help out the person that's the closest person to you? I just think that's just weak character.
Let me tell you something, man.
I know who you're talking about now. I had no idea who you guys were talking about. Sorry.
Minions
It's not my
around.
kind of girl.
People who find a way to break through, but aren't the truth as talent. They have to have minions around them, and they don't ever want to see those minions doing well, especially in any way where they're doing well as them. So that type of behavior doesn't surprise me. I know how it go. You would rather see a stranger get it than the girl you know. So I'm saying that because I think I got you by some years, my brother. As you are out here.
Oh yeah, happy birthday to Corey Holcomb too. His birthday was day before yesterday. 56 years old, still going strong. Shout out to C. Holcomb.
And you build friendships, alliances with people. Just always remember there's a mentality inside of a lot of human beings. I don't want you to be as well as I am. I don't want you to be as well off as I am. I don't want you to be doing good or just as good as me. So I see that in that girl also, but to luck with her. You know what I'm saying? Did you hear how I said that? To luck with her.
Yeah, it's probably tough that she's got to deal with these situations, these character flaws in front of the damn world. But, someone needs to pull it to the side and, have a real conversation with her, the same way that you having a real conversation with me. And I appreciate that, which is why, again, I say that platforms like yours is just so necessary, so needed, bro.
For sure. But yeah, man, what do you think about that, man? Corey and MTR were cooking. They definitely put on a good show yesterday. But the B. Simone situation, man, it really is sad, that she's doing this publicly. Now she's doing this to go viral. You know what I mean? She's putting out her financial situations, which, if this was a reality TV show, which, a lot of these online personalities, that's what they pretty much are crafting. They're crafting an independent reality show in some ways. There's ebbs and flows in this business. And I will say a lot of the Instagram comedians, they're kind of going the way of like Vine stars. And, you know, we've had several different rounds of that. Basically, the ad revenue gets pulled from a lot of the content for whatever reasons. And you have to evolve. And what you're noticing is that her contemporaries that were right there with her are taking off like a rocket because they're innovating. They're starting to do something different. Instead of doing like a podcast like she's doing, they're doing like maybe some more scripted content or longer form content on a different platform. You got to keep evolving as this internet game goes. It's all brand new, of course. And there's no rhyme or reason as to why ad dollars get put in different places. But the fact is, you got to pivot, B. Simone. Like the stand-up was a good idea, but you got to be out there and be committed to it. You got to be willing to give it 20 years before hanging it up, because sometimes stand-up takes a long time. And I don't think she was really committed to that, you know, going into saying other people's jokes like Corey mentioned. But make no mistake about it, B. Simone ain't broke. It's just mo money, mo problems. Somebody said that. You know, like she probably has so many financial obligations right now that as soon as the money slowed up, she kept maintaining at this price. She got a mortgage. She got to pay for her mama's house. She got to pay for her little cousins and all this family and all these people that are around getting a check. You'll find out who your real friends and family are when you get down, when you get to a point where you're at rock bottom. And so B. Simone's probably figuring that out right now. And she's going to have to make some changes. She's going to have to make some cuts. And she might have to settle for one of those 9-to-5 guys that she was maligning for so long. One of those guys that she thought was beneath her, right? But either way, best of luck to you, B. Simone. You'll figure it out. Shout out to Corey Holcomb. Shout out to Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell notification for all uploads. This is Fawcett Media.